chance to do the acceleration again. I'm not talking to you, BMW.
Please try once again or say...
I'm not talking to you, BMW. I don't know how to shut this thing off. Hey guys, it's Glenn from glenscarcollection.com, and today we're driving one of my favorite cars, the BMW M850 XDrive. Okay, so this car is all-wheel drive. It's powered by BMW's 4.4 twin-turbo V8, producing 523 horsepower, 553 foot-pounds of torque. That'll give it a 0 to 60 time in about 3.6 seconds, and electronically limited top speed of 155 miles per hour. The only transmission available is an 8-speed automatic. But it will drive like a rear-wheel drive car. It'll drive like rear-wheel drive until it feels it slip, and then it'll go to all four wheels. Let's talk options. The suggested price of the 2019 BMW M850 XDrive Coupe, starting price is $111,900. This car only has a couple options, but it looks like it's got all the important ones. For $900, you get the comfort seating package, which gives you remote engine start. Of course, that would only be part of the comfort seating package. Front ventilated seats and heated front seats. Now for $1,850, you get the cooling and HP tire package, which gives you the mobility kit, the M technology package, and extended shadow line trim. Of course, that would be in the cooling and HP tire package. Glass controls for $650 and an M carbon roof for $3,000. So no sunroof here, we have the carbon roof. $995 for destination gives us a total MSRP of $119,295. Fuel economy, 18 city, 25 highway, and should average about 20 mpg. First thing I like about this car is the heads-up display. The steering is a little vague. All right, so let's see how we do here on some of these tight mountain roads. We'll roll up the window here for sound, so you don't hear all this wind noise. Now we're putting it in Sport Plus, so that'll be the most aggressive setting. I love this digital instrumentation. You could see that on the M340 review that I did. All right, so let's hit it. They're watching us right here, so we'll have to go a little slow, but all right, sound is very good in Sport Plus. This is a real bumpy road, so every car we drive here today, unfortunately, we're gonna have some shake in the camera. It's a big car, it's a heavy car. We're gonna go through a tight left-hand hairpin here. So you got some crack on the exhaust when I let off. I can feel the weight. It does feel like a rear drive car to me. Oh wow, it got power. All right, let's go around the cyclist here. So 3.6 seconds, definitely. So we got the tachometer, we got our actual speed, and then we have the speed limit here to remind us how fast we're going. Now we got a little Hyundai N car in front of us with a manual, and he can fly through these turns probably better than I can. So this is probably not the ideal yet. So we got some understeer there. We got a lot of body roll, more body roll than I would think that you would have with an M850. That's not a real M car, like an M3 or an M6 or something, but yeah, so electronic nannies are on, so when I was on the white line for the shoulder there, it shook, so I think it's telling me it's got the lane assist on, which I probably should have shut off. Yeah, so now in these turns, ton of power, but I do feel the weight, and it has more body roll than I would like. Now the average buyer, let's be realistic, is probably not using it for that. They're probably going to, this will be a daily driver to them, or a highway car. This would probably compete more with, say, my Audi S8, if you don't need the back seat. Whoa, here's some tight turns there. You can power it out of the turns. Okay, great. So powering out of some of those tight turns, it did feel like a rear-wheel drive car. All right, so it's funny that somehow I triggered
The vehicle is not equipped with this function.
the BMW, the car thinks I'm talking to it. And I don't know why. My ears are popping. We're so high in the mountains. All right, so the ride is on the stiff side. But, you know, you're probably not going to buy the M version. You're not going to buy the M Sport version if you wanted a comfortable ride. Acceleration, whoa! So it does accelerate really fast there. The 8-speed automatic actually shifts pretty quick here, and it's keeping me in gear. So I just did an acceleration, backed off because I didn't want to exceed the speed limit, and it actually gave me, held it in the gear for me, so I was ready to go again, which is awesome. All right, guys, so let's take it on the highway here. Now we can really accelerate. Whoa. Now that car goes. It really does have plenty of power. I definitely believe the 0 to 60 time. It does seem like it's accelerating still as a rear drive car. I don't want to take it out in Sport Plus. I like it in Sport Plus. All right, we're going to do a U-turn here, and we'll get to do the acceleration again. I'm not talking to you, BMW. All right, so it's going to be a tight turn here. And we will accelerate on the highway. Unfortunately, the way the highway is, we have to go into the left lane. It was not easy. All right, so there are some blind spots here, guys. When you look over your shoulder for lane changes, accelerate. Wow. All right, as you see, we just caught the pack. That was pretty good. Fun car to drive, sounds great.
Please try once again or say
I'm not talking to you, BMW. I don't know how to shut this thing off. All right, so now unfortunately we're going to take it off of sport mode here. We're going to go on a slower road. So I'm going to take it off. There's an individual setting too, where you could do your own stuff. So it's Sport, Sport Plus, and then an individual. Brakes work really good. They're very, very grabby. Steering feels kind of vague. I mean, you could put the car where you want. It's not as precise as a sports car. And that's probably the most disappointing part of it, probably the body roll. And we remember we were in Sport Plus. We're gonna bottom out here, we gotta go slow. And then the steering feel. But you know what, most cars today don't have good steering feel, but a real sports car or a real M car, I just reviewed an F80 M3 and it didn't have literally no body roll. All right, guys, let's do some more acceleration here. Now I have the transmission in Sport Plus manual mode, so I have to shift. Whoa, wow. That actually, the upshifts were really good. Even though it's an 8-speed automatic, it almost shifted there like a dual clutch transmission. That's excellent. All right, so now we're gonna slow down and we're gonna see how it shifts, do in manual mode again. And this is usually where torque converter automatics fail because they can upshift almost as fast as a dual clutch, but they can't downshift or rev match as good. So it is not instant, but it's actually, it's not bad. Honestly, it's not bad at all. Better than I think, better than I thought. So again, we have blind spots here. Let's go, screw it. Wow, yeah, so upshifts are really pretty good. Not as good as the best dual clutch transmissions, but for most cars, actually pretty good. I would say this is better than the dual clutch in my GLA 45. All right, so we're gonna keep it in manual mode and see how it does. We're gonna have some twisties coming up. We're gonna get off the highway and go on a side road, and we'll see how this transmission responds. right, so here's some more twisties here. We're gonna downshift. All right, so you feel the weight in corners like I've been saying. I feel a lot of weight in corners. The body roll is a little too much, I think. Acceleration is fantastic. I mean, let's be realistic. We always want cars to be faster, but 3.6 seconds to 60, you really don't need faster than that for the street for sure. The ride is stiff. We are on a stiff road, but it's, to me, it's M3 stiff. So if you're expecting a luxury car, this isn't it. All right, so now we're into some tight turns. Whoops. And the transmission is not as responsive, and there is a lot of body roll, and it does show its weight in these turns. So I see this more of a really nice daily driver, and you don't need a back seat. You probably can squeeze toddlers in the back seat, but you know, I'm 6 feet tall, and there's really very little leg room behind me. And it doesn't look like there's much headroom either. All right, so there it delayed my downshift. Now it gave it to me. So again, typical, and this is Sport Plus. Whoops. All right, guys, so now for the last leg of our journey, we're about to go back, and I'm driving at a very relaxed pace in comfort mode, and it is a lot more comfortable. Sport Plus, it was much stiffer on the ride. We're going over the same bumpy rides, and I don't know if you can tell, there is less camera shake. These roads are bumpy anyway, so there's a lot of camera shake, but it is much better in comfort mode. I'd still put it on the stiff side. Still like sports car stiff. All right, guys, that's our review of the M850 BMW, and what can I tell you? The highs on this car are definitely the power, the looks. It's a gorgeous looking car, and just as fun to drive. It's a blast to drive. Downsides on these cars are price, steering feel, body roll, but it's still a great car. I would definitely check it out. I think it would make a great daily driver, and I think it's one of the best cars out there, certainly one of the best new BMWs. Thanks again for watching, guys. Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you next time.